What's up, guys? It's the real Corey Tenderson, and today, guys, we are here on DC Universe. Now, if you don't know, this is an app where you have at your disposal thousands upon thousands of comics from DC, as well as several TV shows and movies, like, for example, Batman Beyond and Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Stuff like that. I got this a while ago, and I just recently started going on the community. The community is the people who use this are very wholesome, very nice. Even if you disagree with what they're saying, they're not dicks about it. They're they're not like trying to push it on anybody. And, there's no need for any arguments or disagreements. There's no need. Okay, and it's been very wholesome. Everyone here is really nice, and I started putting posts on here, especially polls and quizzes and stuff. And it's been a very wholesome experience, and I just love it. Well, it's been wholesome until today. Or more like last night, really. So let's look at the post I made. I said, which LEGO DC video game was the best? I just put the post. Mine was LEGO DC Supervillains. That'll come into play very soon. And, everyone was commenting, saying what they want, what they chose, and why. Everyone is just very, very good about it. They're very nice about it, And then we get to this person by the name of Reforged. Oh boy, here we go. So, let's read what he said. Now, we don't need to read these bottom things. LEGO DC Supervillains is not for kids, despite the reputation the LEGO franchise has garnished for some years. Quite disappointing and unfortunately unable to receive a refund. It gets very liberal and unnecessary. So, let's just keep this in mind for a second here. He says, unable to receive a refund. And he says it gets very liberal and unnecessary and not for kids. Correct? So, I said, I was not trying to start an argument at all. In fact, this isn't really an argument. It's just him trying to start an argument. I was being so calm about this because I don't want to get into arguments on here. You guys may think that I enjoy this, that I'm getting off on these arguments, like the last time in that video. I don't. I really don't. I hate it when people start arguments online, and I hate that I have to sometimes be dragged into it. Like that one last time. I kind of had to defend myself there. I didn't want to start an argument, because this is such a very nice, it's just a very nice community. So I said, I'm confused. I'm usually against getting political in games, so what made it liberal? I thought it was still very kid-friendly. I want to make it clear, I hate it when they get political in video games. I really do. I hate it when they try to, push an agenda and stuff. I hate that. I need to make that very clear. I hate that. But I've 100% of this game twice. Twice I've played this game through. Very long playthroughs. LEGO games aren't a quick thing to really finish unless you don't stop at all. 100% in that game is not a quick thing. And I did it twice. So I can tell you right now, I knew from the beginning that he was wrong. Now, I didn't tell him that because he starts interpreting what I said as that. But to be honest with you, I wanted to hear what he said, but I already disagreed with him. I know for a fact there's nothing liberal about this game. It is a LEGO game about DC Comics. There's nothing liberal about it. But let's see what he has to say. He said one of the side quests. You're going to have to elaborate, buddy, because there is at least 100 side quests. No, honestly, at least 200 side quests, to be honest with you. There's so many side quests. How the fuck am I supposed to know what you're talking about? Okay. So I said, which one in particular? This is starting to sound familiar, because I feel like I recalled exactly what he was talking about. Because I feel like there was one point, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. Now, before we even get on to his next reply, would you take offense to me saying which one in particular? This is starting to sound familiar. Would you take offense to that? I sure wouldn't. But he did. Why don't you tell me if you think you know? If I say and you disagree, you are inciting a situation where my belief is wrong in your mind. Well, you're right. In my mind, you were wrong, and that's on me, I suppose. Not really. Honestly, not really. But there's no indication here that I doubted him. I was asking him. I'm very curious. I was curious what he was talking about. And I said, which one in particular is starting to sound familiar? I didn't say I knew which one. If I knew which one, I wouldn't be saying that. So I said, I didn't incite anything. I asked you what mission. I disagree, but that isn't the point. I'm not trying to start any arguments. I was just asking. I'm familiar with what you're talking about, but not specifically what mission. Okay, so I described it more to him. How can you disagree with something you don't know? I want you to keep in mind, disagree with something you don't know. Keep that in mind. Keep that one little line in mind. With something I don't know, just remember, keep that in mind. But we'll need that later. So, I'm not disagreeing with something I don't know. I know this game very well. I'm just asking him what mission in particular so I can know exactly what he's talking about. So this guy comes in to help me, and he says, I think they're disagreeing with your argument. And he shows the argument where he says it's liberal and not for kids. Here, I believe they're just asking out of curiosity for you to back up your evidence by letting us know what you're referring to. I'm also curious Sorry, I stumble over my words sometimes. Simply out of curiosity. Exactly. That is exactly correct. That is exactly what I'm talking about. But that's not good enough. See, at this point, even before this point, I would apologize for being such an ass. When I'm wrong in an argument, when I misunderstand something, I apologize for it. I'll admit my wrongs, at least on the internet. I'm not a saint, okay? So I can tell when I'm wrong. I would be apologizing for being such an ass at this point. But this guy keeps going. So he said, be that as it may, already placing judgment without hearing the reasoning already dismisses the evidence, if not consciously, subconsciously. That's not a... You're right, I am disagreeing with you because I know you're wrong. I knew you were wrong from the beginning, buddy, because it's not liberal. It's a Lego video game about fucking DC Comics. And it's kid-friendly. It's a Lego game about superheroes. I'm not giving into the stereotype that superheroes in comics are for kids. I'm not giving into that. But to be honest with you, a Lego video game, that is for kids. Adults can play it, but it's made for kids. But, they usually play it for nostalgia. I've seen them play it, but that's not the point. The point is that I am disagreeing because there's no way in hell you're right. This is the most recent Lego game that I've played. And even though it was a little while ago, it's the most recent one I played, so I know he's wrong. Because there's nothing liberal about the game. So he said, I'm not very good at analogies, but my point is, if you want someone to be wrong, or you want to disagree with someone before giving them a chance, it doesn't matter what they have to say. Well, see, we were giving you a chance. You didn't give us any backing up to your argument. I just said, how? I asked you how, and you said side quests. That was your chance to tell me. You could have told me right then and there, we could have ended it. It could have ended very quickly. So this is on you. You're the one who didn't respond. You're the one who didn't give us any evidence. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I will share if I believe neutrality is still in effect. So you're not... Okay, so you are contradicting yourself. You are saying that I didn't give you the chance. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't give you the chance, but you're not going to tell me because you don't think there's neutrality? What? What? I ask that if nothing beneficial is said, then keep it to yourself. This is coming from you. You're the one who just randomly said this isn't benefiting anybody. You're not benefiting everybody. I didn't say anything unbeneficial. You are the one claiming that Lego DC supervillains is liberal and not for kids. So, he said, but we are trying to give you a chance. That's literally what or at least myself, are asking for. Lol. Now, when he said lol, he wasn't saying it in a, fashion where, you're calling someone stupid. It's kind of like, you know how people can be. He was just saying lol because he's very calm about this. This guy's even calmer than I am. And I'm being very calm here. I said to him, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to start anything here. I'm just curious. I'm not fully disagreeing yet. I'm just confused because of the 2 playthroughs I've made of this game. I don't specifically recall it being liberal and not kid-friendly, but I'm happy to hear what you have to say, what they have to say. See, I said they. Now, that's a very, very good thing to say. See, I want to keep in mind, has he at all made his gender clear? No. But even if he did, saying they, that's not offensive, and I don't think he understands. I'm replying to him. Maybe he doesn't understand that I was replying to this guy. Alright, but he says, first, not a they. I've expressed numerous times my pronouns. No, you haven't. Second, the back and forth liking already shows a team up, whether intended or not, against me. What? Whether intended... First of all, we're not intending it. And there's no team up. This guy's playing both sides. This guy is playing both sides here because he was trying to get you to understand that I'm not trying to start an argument. And the liking? I like how he doesn't look at the fact that he's defending me, but the fact that he's liking my posts. That's what you see. That's what you're noticing. You're literally looking into the littlest tiny things, dude. And then he said, third, the lol is unnecessary. He's taking offense to the lol. He's taking offense to the lol. Okay, guys. You guys ready for this? He's finally getting to his point. Here we go. So, his point here is the liberalness enacted in the game, other than making it about supervillains. Whoa, hold up a second. How is making the game about supervillains liberal? First, okay, I think you're confusing things up here. I think you're really confusing things. A liberal would be the one to criticize the game for being about supervillains. See me as though they're the ones who are complaining, or at least from what I can recall, they were the ones who were complaining about Joker making the bad guy look like the good guy. So, I'm not sure what you're talking about. So, they would, if anything, they'd be the ones that were making it, that would not want it to be about supervillains. So, what's your point here? And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm getting mixed up here. But either way, how is it liberal to make a game about supervillains? Is that so? Is the Force Unleashed? Is the Force Unleashed a game about liberals? Was it made by liberals? Because last time I checked, I only played the first 2 missions, but last time I checked, you play as the Empire. Is Battlefront 2? That's a better example. Is Battlefront 2 liberal because you play as the bad guys at first? I don't understand what they're saying. How is it liberal to play as a supervillain? And then he says, involves a topic in today's society that most people have been led to believe is acceptable. What topic? What topic are you talking about? Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about here. So he says, and dude, please believe me, nobody's teaming up against you. I'm not liking your post because I don't agree with you. I'm not required to like your post, and not liking your post is not a sign of trying to get at you. All we are trying to do is hear you out. And he said there are many reasons why people but without digressing, that's not the point. He is explaining to you his intentions, and you just don't believe him. What is the matter with this man? Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go, guys. I know, maybe I'm a little too excited here, but oh my god, dude, it's finally time for the climax of this anime, dude. This is like an anime, dude. Let's look at this. Let's get to the climax where he finally explains what mission. In one of the side quests, you visit Smallville and help a woman who can't find her keys and is stuck outside. What I was led to believe was her roommate shows up, and there's a little dialogue that ends the quest. After the quest, you receive a text message from the roommate, who isn't a roommate. Edit. Also just realized the texting and trying to appeal to younger audiences is by nature more liberal. Oh, there's a lot of flaws in this one, baby. Let's start here. In one of the side quests, you visit Smallville and help a woman who can't find her keys and is stuck outside. What I was led to believe. Let me ask you something. Maybe I'm looking too much into it now. But why would someone who's played the game say I was led to believe? If I had played the game, I would say her roommate shows up and there's a little dialogue that ends the quest. Not, I was led to believe. So maybe I'm looking too much into this, but here's my theory. Might want to sit down for this. He didn't play the game at all. Or she. They did not play the game at all. They did not play this game at all. They watched a video. They watched videos. That's my theory. Because a person who's played the game wouldn't say what I was led to believe. Because if you'd play the game, you wouldn't be led to believe that their roommate shows up. You would know for a fact. You're not led to... This man or woman didn't play the game. Because me personally, I wouldn't say what I was led to believe. Would you? Would you say you were led to believe something in a game that you played? No. You would say it as a fact. Now, he said, edit. Also, I just realized that texting and trying to appeal to younger audiences is by nature more liberal. Hold on. Wasn't your original point is that it's not for kids? So, trying to appeal to younger audiences is liberal and not for kids. You're contradicting yourself. I haven't replied this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I have not replied this guy since the last time you saw me reply. I don't need to, because this man has just demolished his entire argument here. Now you're probably thinking, what is this side quest thing? What does this synopsis have to do with it? So let me explain to you. He does kind of explain it, but I want to explain it right here. Because the roommates are apparently lesbian. You're led to believe they're lesbian. But here's the thing here. It's not overbearing. I hate it when they try to push, diversity and stuff. That's not diversity. Diversity is subtle. It's like how when you see a straight character in a TV show, it's just subtle. It's not overbearing. It's obvious, but it's not overbearing. That's how it should be when it comes to people who are homosexual. It should just be a subtle thing. Obvious, but not overbearing. And that's how it is in this game. That's what this game does amazingly. This whole thing with them being lesbians, it's not overbearing. It's so subtle. It is so subtle. It's just them, saying, my girl. I think I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but maybe they say girlfriend. That's not overbearing. That's just implying that they're lesbian, and that's it. It's not like if they made, you know what I mean. It's not something that's, really big and overbearing. It's not like how they... you know what I mean? And I think you know what I mean. Overbearing diversity is liberal. Subtle diversity is diversity. That's real diversity. So, how is this liberal? He's going to explain it too. So this guy just says he sees what he's saying. Oh boy. Oh boy! There's no way. There's no way. Ladies and gentlemen, last night the comment was here, but it's been flagged by the community. Oh, I know why. You guys what? Wait. Oh, I can view it. You're about to see exactly why this was flagged. I love this community, dude. Let's see what he said. Cat's already out of the bag. You're not wrong with your assumption. He said that the roommate is a woman. So, yeah. You're not wrong with that assumption. To some, my viewpoint is wrong or humorous, but I believe that the type of thinking can betray that individual in the end. Your viewpoint is that it's liberal because there's lesbians in it and because there's texting. I don't mean this to sound condescending or negative. Oh, you fail. You completely fail. But I believe when we forsake one man and one woman, we take away a part of what defines us. If I'm wrong, so be it, but my faith, experience, and scientific historical studies tell me that's how it should be. Okay. Wait. We're looking up what forsake means. Forsake. Oh, man. I knew what it meant. I just completely forgot. Sometimes that happens. So he's saying when we abandon one man... Oh, okay. So, you're not against liberals. You're against gay people. Because that's what I've been led to believe here. And I'm not liberal. I hate... I'm not... Or I don't hate liberals. I'm not a hater. I'm usually accepting, but I'm not liberal. I'm very against when liberals push an agenda into a video game. But you're just straight up being homophobic. There's no way around that. Because of your... So, wait. Because your faith is against homosexuals. Because your faith and your scientific studies is against homosexuals. That's why this game is not for kids and liberal. You have demolished all dignity, all respect that I've had for you. And you have been flagged for this. You have been flagged for this because you just completely screwed yourself. You have no idea how ridiculous you sound. So let's just summarize his argument. His argument is that LEGO DC Supervillains is liberal because there's lesbians and there's texting. And his faith is against lesbians and homosexuals. I have heard it all. I know I say that often, but I mean it this time. And I'm so happy that this community flagged him. This person does not need to be on this thing. This is not right. This man should not even be on here, but he's probably still is, but it was so right for them to flag him. And I'm so happy they did. Because that's just such an awful thing to say. Especially in such an accepting community, you don't say that. You are saying that your faith makes you believe that they shouldn't have lesbians in a video game. You just sound ridiculously stupid. You are saying that your faith and your scientific studies tell you that it should only be one man and one woman. That we shouldn't abandon that. You weren't even trying to sound right. Oh my god, dude. That's it for today, guys. I am going to see you guys in the next one. And I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see ya. Guys, so I know I signed off on the video, but I don't want to just point out, so one of the moderators of DC Universe did actually notice this and moved this away from the post itself, which is actually very nice because when it comes to the community, I don't want the community seeing these arguments, because this is a very nice community, and he moved into a private message thing, and so I'm very thankful for that, because I don't want this kind of stuff being seen here. I'm not trying to play the big, I'm a big deal or something. I'm not trying to make myself seem like a saint. I'm just saying this is why I like this community, because if something like this happens, they move it out of the thing, because this did get off topic, and this did really just get way too personal. And I also want to just say, don't hate on this guy if you somehow find him, or if you have this app or something. I don't know about you guys, but if you have, don't send this guy any hate. He actually did apologize. and he basically apologized, removed it. He wanted to remove. Yeah, so see, don't send him any hate. I respect him as a person. I just thought that his, I mean, I kind of respect him. Like I said, I didn't agree with it. I totally disagree with him, but I am respectful of him apologizing as well as the other guy. Honestly, I think I should apologize too, honestly. I think I might do that after this. And so just don't send this guy any hate if you somehow find him, whether it's through this or anything else. Don't send hate. I don't hate this person. I just think that they got way too personal about this, and just I don't agree with what they were saying at all. But I do respect them for apologizing. So don't send them any hate. DC Universe did deal with this. If you do get the app, just don't start hating on this guy, looking for his post or anything. You know what I mean? But that's about it for today, guys. For real. Probably cut out the last outro. But I do hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.